about figuring out how to keep people's mouths shut, right? And moving forward.
Well, I could just tell you right now, girl, I don't like somebody in the comments, but that's it.
Yeah, do you want to invite Michelle up here? Because I think me and her, she had a lot to say about me in the comments in Jeremy's live, and I don't even know her. Spiritual Bombshell Universe, all of them had a lot to say about me.
Girl, don't come at them like that.
You know they had a lot to say about me. They were talking about that I said all this, and like that's the 3-week-old drama.
Listen, your auntie is going to tell you something. If you want to have a conversation with them, do not come up here and fight with them.
I'm no
have a
fighting.
conversation with those on a different live or in a VC, because I will be there to moderate if you need me to, but not on this live, because this isn't about them. This is about some other people.
Go on. Is Monica live?
Let me share it with Cash.
I don't know. I think I got you, Cece. I think I modded you. Cece is my girl. Cece is my girl, and so is Michelle. Right? Like, I love them all.
You look pretty, Naomi.
On the wrong foot. I think I got off on the wrong foot with that whole group of people.
So Cash said you have her blocked, Naomi.
Can Michelle or Cece, can you go in and unblock them?
I can.
Her username is like kitten something.
I just unblocked her.
So yeah, I'm going to start out by asking you a question, Jamie.
Okay, girl.
Because you and I have been getting along real well and kikiing and stuff. I had saw a live that you had done, and you were with Brooke, right?
Mhm.
And you were talking shade on me.
What live was that?
The one
with Chloe and Timu, where they were talking about
how I was jobless and didn't have
number one.
I never said you were jobless.
No, it was that live. That's
I don't remember. The last time I was on a live with Brooke was, and Timu, you know what happened. Something was said about her.
Texting me, calling me, seeing you. What the fuck?
Well, girl.
Hello.
It's Zoe's, Jamie. Zoe.
Okay, Zoe. So it was that day, which I think was yesterday. Brookie popped off after UK said some pretty nasty things.
Oh, yeah. I was right there in the middle of it.
But I don't remember talking shade on you. I just said we need to get the girls to talk to Naomi because, like I said, I barely started talking to Naomi. I've been on TikTok for 7 months. I never thought I would talk to UK the way that we do. But if we're going to continue this friendship, the girls need to know, like, where the girls of color are coming from.
Right.
Especially when you have a son who's of color, you know. It was not shade. Who said I was talking shit?
I understand that we need to understand each other, but I also know that we need to not just hear one side though too, right? Like with Monica always talking shade or shit.
Well, see, the thing with Monica, I don't think anything's gonna get squashed. I don't even know Monica and already know what kind of person she is. But I did tell her, girl, you have the floor if you want to, squash stuff with the girls. Me, Cash, and Kai.
She's not going to. Trust me, she's probably never going to. She's shady. She just isn't like that. She doesn't really apologize. She doesn't really squash beef. But leave the fuck on it.
Yeah.
I'll say, Naomi, though, you probably should back away. If you really want to squash the beef, you need to stop calling Monica racist.
Girl, I'm just talking the tea.
Yeah, but that's not really...
Wait, Zoe. Who said that, one side can't be racist and the other side can't be racist. It goes two ways.
Well, I just think it's much more inflammatory.
And you're calling people white trash?
Yeah.
Let's clock that T. That is racist.
Yeah.
Spade a spade, right? Like, if we're what tit for tat, like let's be real. If you're gonna talk like that and you want people to be called out for being racist, like, right? Like, it goes on both sides.
Well, see, the thing with Monica is, and I told her, because she goes, I don't have no problem with you, but she's like, it's always the Mexican girls and the white girl. And I was like, Monica, bitch, you stay in Southwest, exactly where I was.
But Monica,
you should know, like, blacks and Mexicans, like, we stick together. So that whole...
Monica's an OG trans girl. Like, she doesn't take shade. When she sees girls like this, like, she's probably dealt with this her whole life.
What you mean OG trans girl? She's been transitioning for a whole 1 year.
I'm saying, but...
Monica? Yes. A
1
year?
I don't know how long she's been
OG?
transitioning.
If anybody's OG, it's you and me, girl.
I get where you're coming from.
Naomi.
You never know her age. Like, she be throwing her age around.
Wait a minute. Oh my God, I miss you. I miss all of you guys except for Jamie.
Same.
Why'd that do that? How the hell did I get out of that?
We used to just let silly people,
I just think it's a lot more inflammatory, Naomi, to call a black woman racist coming from a white woman.
Oh?
Okay,
Well,
I'm going to just
spade
keep
is a spade. I don't care.
I just disagree.
That's okay. You can disagree. If you want to disagree, that's all you, baby. But listen to me. I'm gonna still call out bad behavior, right? Like, and that's the bad behavior. If you're gonna call one person racist and not the other, then that's on you. But I'm calling it out.
Wait, isn't Jamie racist?
Yeah.
Oh, girl.
You know, Jamie. I mean,
What's your tea, baby?
Lisa, Jamie stuck a whole foot up her asshole.
Stop.
And she said it was 7. And she said it was 7 inches. 7, 8 inches.
It was bigger, but.
Oh.
So, Lisa, what's your tea? Like.
Why is this ew, what is going
What's
on?
my tea? What you mean, what's my tea? I'm just.
Yes, what's your tea,
We're calling out racist.
We're not calling out racist. We're calling out snake bitches.
Aren't you both though?
Aren't you, sweetheart?
I've always been.
I think what you're mad about was that day that you came up on Naomi's shit.
No, what is Summer
told you?
What is Summer say?
You're 18.
What does Summer say?
Stick to your own age.
Are y'all
Say what?
Whoa, ladies and gents. We're not up here. We're not gonna yell over and talk over people, right? We're not doing that. We'll talk one at a time. Got it? Mother's here, and she's going to order decorum in my court. Go ahead. Jamie, you can...
Well, she can start. I don't have a problem with the bitch.
All right.
Well, like I was trying to say, real bitch since day one, because I ain't promised day two. Yeah, I mean, I just heard that we were, up here talking about racism, and I just feel as if, as somebody who's not black and as, somebody who's not African in no way, going around and saying the N-word, I would say it's kind of racist too. What'd you say, Jamie?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say, Jamie? Wouldn't you say
Is that racist?
Yeah, isn't that wrong and racist?
I mean, girl, like, are we talking about when you took advantage of me when I was drunk?
Who took advantage of you?
Yeah.
Are we going to keep running with that narrative?
No, but that's what you're talking about, because after that, I cut ties with you.
That's actually not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to when Mia Moore was telling you.
Sweetie?
I'm referring to when Mia Moore was telling you about her baby daddy and you called him the N-word. And then I was referring to...
I did. I
wasn't done speaking. I wasn't done speaking.
Yeah.
Right. I was also referring to, you keep trying to run with this narrative that somebody took advantage of you when you were talking about people's drug addiction and unalive peoples. So what are you talking about? Took advantage of you.
Don't get loud. Don't get keep.
Oh no, girl, she can never. I'm sitting pretty.
So what are you talking about, Jamie? Who took advantage of you?
Sweetheart.
Me.
Huh?
You.
Oh, I always keep it cute.
Wait, who's
You're
unalive?
getting out of my court.
She was talking about my unalive people. Like, do we have to like bring that back up, Jamie, or like
Let's bring it up.
That was
Let's bring it up because you want
we can talk about about how you were sitting here laughing in my face and you wanted to hold a whole candlelight visual.
I love how she's lying. So Naomi, this is what happened.
Yeah, thank you.
She said her her trans mother, her auntie, passed away, and me and Lisa never really connected when we were in that Snapchat group chat. Oh, you can bring her up. She's
trans drag mother. Wait, girl, because mine passed away. I'm so confused what's going on.
So she, mind you, this was such a long time. I left that group chat so long ago. I'm done with these bitches, but she wants to bring it up, and we can. It's not a problem. But I was drinking. I had a drinking problem. As y'all know, I took a step back from drinking for about 4 weeks because they made me believe that I said, F your unalived auntie. They made me believe that I said that. And I have never said some stuff like that. Even to my worst enemies, I've never said that. What I said was, nobody's talking about your unalived auntie. I said the D word. That's what I said. But these girls were in a Snapchat group chat that took advantage of me being off the bottle, that they literally said, you said that. Mind you, 3.5 weeks later, I come back, I'm sober, having drank for about 3.5 weeks. She goes, oh, no, you didn't say that. You just said nobody's talking about your D auntie. I'm like, oh, there's a huge fucking difference between F your D auntie and nobody's talking about your D auntie. Bitch, you took advantage of me when I was drunk. Suck my dick.
Who is Lisa Jenkins? Is that girl?
Lisa Jenkins is I knew her from like B-Flies on TikTok.
All right, remember, I'll bring you up, but y'all need to be like keeping it cute. And
yeah, I'm gonna keep it cute.
Demure.
Yeah, Lisa, but I met Lisa first, so I can't really I was wondering what Lisa was,
And if y'all don't start tapping the screen and liking that live and
Comments are going off.
and gifting me, I'll turn the comments off.
Yep. Keep it cute. Get us up to 5,000.
And I have a question.
Oh, God.
Can I have a question?
Hello?
When was the last time you seen me on a TikTok channel?
2 months ago.
I've been gone for 2 months, right?
Well, I
hold on. I want to say this. The confusion that this lady has to where she thinks that I told her that this is what was said and that I was lying out of my own mouth is wild. First of all, the whole group chat was in that call. We all heard what came out of your mouth. That was not just it wasn't just one outrageous thing that you said, because you came at everybody, bitches that you had met when you had first got on TikTok, because of your actions, because you wanted to hate on an 18-year-old trans girl and said that she was ugly and she needs this and she needs that, because your own insecurities were showing because she sat there and canned you on a panel and face her face.
That's what happened. I took my makeup off with no filter with her.
And I have the screen recording and she canned you.
That's great, bitch. We were still both pretty.
Canned you. No, she canned you.
What does canned mean? She's prettier than me.
She outmugged you.
What we're doing here is we're squashing beef and moving forward and coming to a middle ground, right? So if you're only up here to cause chaos and drama, you can go.
It's giving very much you're trying to be toxic. So let's just keep it cute.
It's giving that you're jealous.
Maybe.
Of who? Me?
Of any girl up here right now.
Baby, let me go on and drop down. What the fuck?
You should.
No,
all of you bitches are ugly. You jealous of who?
Bye.
Bye.
Nope.
I don't talk like that. I think Ava's a beautiful young girl. I think
I'm ugly.
I just think that you took advantage of me while I was on the bottle. All of y'all did. That's why I can have a conversation with Amore. We squashed it. But with her, girl, just like Naomi said, the last time I spoke to her was when Naomi, you told her, how old are you, sweetie? Oh, okay. Yeah. You're just young. You're young, you're foolish, and you cannot own up to what you did while I was drunk. That's not my problem.
So, let's move to the next thing is, why are we still paneling Brooke when Brooke is talking like that when we had come to a conclusion that we would talk to each other, right? If that's happening, instead of letting it happen.
Brooke hasn't been paneled on my live in the better part of a week. Jamie?
The thing with Brookie yesterday was crazy. I actually even got emotional because my dad, pew-pewed his brains out in the car. So I understood where Brookie was coming from. However, I'm not going to beg for anyone's friendship. I did tell her, if you want to talk about it right now, let's talk about it. And she just gave me the whole peace sign. It's like, oh, okay, girl. I said what I had to say. But I was under the impression that you and Brookie, Naomi, were best friends like a few days ago. So then to see, because y'all were on my panel together, y'all were kicking. But then I noticed.
I was trying to befriend Brooke because, let's just say, I saw a little bit of a difference, but then it all twisted, right? So Brooke went up onto another live and started talking about my child. Me being jobless and living off the government. And
I mean, I was there for that,
I did. She was yelling so loud. I did hear that.
Yeah, I heard that.
Did several call-out lives on you, yeah.
He's had multiple, and he has had multiple and has come for me in different various directions without me even doing one thing to him, right? Did nothing but try to be his friend. And that's why I thought, like yesterday when you and I had talked, right, that we were, like with Zoe, we had talked and we said that, if there's things going to be said or was did, that we would come to each other and then we would bring them all together and have a conversation with them and set them all straight. So if Brookie's up on your panel going off and off and off,
I think it was about Chloe, though, because UK was there. You weren't there. So
well, I watched the live too, though. But here's the thing: is that Brooke knows that Chloe and I are sisters, and if Brooke's gonna go after me, Chloe's gonna come for Brooke, and Brooke, if Brooke goes after Chloe, I'm gonna come for Brooke.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Why are they calling you a racist Nazi, Jamie?
Oh, me? So where? I don't see that. I love that.
Yeah.
See, the thing with Ava, I wish we could actually have a conversation, in person. I'll probably throw my drink in her face. But I really want to have that conversation with her because she's talking about how I read Natalie down for being an addict or whatever. Mind you, I was drunk.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Luciana. Luciana, threatened to unalive people.
Oh.
See that, Naomi?
Hold on, because I can't even see those comments. I'll address that real quick.
Luciana, address it, girl.
And Luciana, and that was the past. I said some fucked up shit. Not recently, but
the past, bitch.
Girl, I said some fucked up shit. Not recently.
I'm gonna throw some shade there.
But majority of it was, almost all of it was true.
Recently, you said some shady shit.
Yeah.
But it was true though.
About me?
No, not you, girl. I just said you like Brock Lesnar. No shade. But that was rude for me. I don't want to.
And don't you owe me an apology?
I'm sorry for that. I don't really. But I just didn't like the way that you came. But y'all came after me for going after her, squashing beef for her.
With Luciana?
No, but Chloe.
Well, going after Chloe, I already told y'all, like, if you go after Chloe, I'm going to be there for them. You know what I mean?
And you know what, Luciana, you can actually attest to this. Me and Luciana, when I first met her, I didn't like the bitch.
Yeah, me either. Like, she called me a P3DO, so I was like...
Yeah.
No, I didn't like her because her story was just funny to me. But you know what? Since I've been on TikTok, it was like, I'm getting to know a lot of the girls. And this is no shade. Naomi, I don't really give a fuck if you are a Republican. I don't see that. What I see is, a trans sister. That's what I see all of you as. I don't give a fuck who you voted for or what you stand for. Agree to disagree. We don't have to hate each other because at the end of the day, we're all sisters.
And that's exactly right. I don't look at the right or the left. I look at what comes out of your mouth and what you're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how you're representing yourself, right? And if you're coming and saying one thing and then saying something different, and you know what I mean? It tells me that I need to have a conversation with those people.
Mm-hmm. See, I think Kitty and Luciana girl, Kitty did tell me.
I'm not gonna sit here and waste my time on drama with a man. First off, when it comes down to that, they know I was in their discords trying to sit here and play nice, and they literally let 3 different people threaten my kid and threaten literally to hurt my kid.
Hold on, because we're going to let this person up. Because this is the other side of the argument.
I have a dead kid.
No, what you're going to do is because no one, I'm over here at work having to attest to this. I have a real job, you unemployed hoe. What happened was is you wrote someone's name on a bullet, and their friend paid
in my court.
Let's keep it cute.
That's the rule. If you can't be cute, you can't be here.
Get Kitty back.
Who can bring Kitty back up? Because Kitty and I have squashed her stuff, and I'm not going to have that. But we're not going to come in hot, Kitty, right? Like, if you need to talk to her, I get it. And Luciana, you need to keep it cute, too. You need to come at her cute. Don't do that. Because if you do, both of you will be dropped, and it's no disrespect. I love both of you, but, like, no. It's not going to happen.
So the reason, my issue with Luciana is she wrote someone's name on a bullet and said this bullet is for you. And then their friends came for her and brought up her kid after she done threatened someone's life with a bullet. Unless she wants me to feel bad for her, like, girl, you did that to yourself. Cry about it. And now she's mad. She's upset. It's a whole man. Code switching.
Luciana, you wrote someone's name on a bullet?
Yeah, you did.
You what?
To begin with, to speak upon that individual had already threatened my kid to begin with. So it wasn't just them, it was also other people who threatened my kid.
Please, once again, you're
lying. Act upon their threat, they can come and act upon their threat. You're not going to threaten me and I'm going to stay quiet.
Anyway, I have to go back to work. I'm not going to sit here and listen to this delusional man. You're a liar.
You say this.
You threaten people's lives and you wonder why I don't like you, bitch. Oh.
Right.
So I'm going to put this out here, right? Coming for people's kids from this point on around me is not going to be tolerated, right? Especially in my lives. I have a child, right? And if anybody came for my kid, I'd come for them harder than nobody's business.
And I just want to sit here and say something too about the drama between me and Kitty, because not only did it go from her Discord, but it went to a whole different Discord server. She tries to attack me in a whole different Discord server wildly for no apparent reason that I'm an admin for, that I moderate for. And I told them literally straight up, I'm not upset about the situation. When it comes down to it, I'm hurt, yes, but for not the reasons you think. If this is about that issue, so be it, but let's be clear.
They're not up here anymore, right? They're not up here anymore. I understand you're trying to have your say right now, but let's keep it to when they're here, because I want to move on with the slide and get some of this bullshit. You know?
To be honest with you, after I got done speaking to them, I wasn't even worried about them. I've been living my own life. Happy, pretty.
No. Hold on, I'm so sorry, guys.
You're fine, girl.
Give me one
All right, sorry to derail the conversation. Jamie, back to you.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, remember, Luciana, like, I just did not like you at all. And then I was like, let me have a talk with her. And we squashed it. We talked like grown women. And I was like, you know what? I would like to get to know your story. It's not for me to judge you, putting on clothes one day and then being whatever your boy name is, the next day. That's not for me to judge. You explained yourself. I was a bitch, and I just didn't want to hear it.
Right, that's.
And I believe you apologized for that to begin with. So it was just like, when it came down to it, like, me and Jamie, we talked about it and stuff like that. And, like, from the get-go, yeah, we had our issues and whatnot. But then, like, things just calmed down between me and Jamie. And, like, I found some decent respect for her, and it was mutual.
Mm-hmm. Like, and I'm not going to lie and say this is not the first time I've heard the whole pew-pew thing. But,
Right.
Yeah.
So, where's Barbie at?
I shared the vibe with her.
Barbie got off, I'm pretty sure.
I think Barbie's kind of done with it. I
mean, I'm done with it, I mean,
I want to know what you're done with, though. You're saying done with
well,
it.
I'm done arguing with, yeah.
Okay. And where's Kai? Because we need to.
I shared it with Kai. See, we just talked about this on my panel. Like, we're going to address our situation, but now the girls aren't here. Like,
because I didn't have a problem with anybody but UK Chloe, and I don't really talk to her anymore. Like, I never see her anymore.
I don't really have anything to say to Kai. I think
I do.
Low down, backstabbing.
But you were on the panel with Kai, on my panel. Why didn't you say anything?
Did you see me talking to her?
No, but I'm confused. Why do you want to talk to her now here, but you didn't do it on my panel?
That's Naomi, honey.
Zoe doesn't want to talk to her.
Okay.
But
I think Kai's the same way because Kai didn't say shit to her either.
I think that, if Kai's not here, and you didn't want to say something there, you should probably say something here, though. So because I will say something to Kai, you know what I mean? You need to come correct, right? Like, you're not going to yell at me when I talk to you in a calm manner to begin with, but if you're coming at me, I'm going to raise my voice a little bit, and I'm going to set you straight. But what we need to do is stop doing that, right? We need to have conversations and start gatekeeping and getting back to the issue of...
Who's coming?
Who the hell said that in my comments? Bitch, come up here. Say that to me.
You had throat cancer. Oh.
That's shade.
Luciana, why you turn your head? What's going on?
You got all of what? 26 followers? Please. Nobody likes you.
That comment, I was just like, oh.
Get out of my life. Please. You're just mad because you can't look as good as I do.
I'm sorry for laughing, but that was so off guard. Okay. That was too off guard.
Kai's here. Hey, Kai.
Hey, girl.
So I am going to put the rules out since you are here now. Nobody else heard it, right? Everybody else heard it. The rules are you start yelling or over talking me, and this is for the whole panel. I've said this already. Mm-hmm. Anybody talks over you, right? Mm-hmm. We're gonna have a problem. We're gonna drop. And also, listen, like, we're not gonna go dig for dig and all that shit, because that's not how I want this live to be. We're gonna come to a mutual respect and understanding, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll let you go ahead and tell me your issues with me, and we'll address them.
Well, I have an issue with you. It's just the few encounters I've had with you has just been like not good. But also, everyone was talking about how I think it was yesterday or the day before that, you were up there on like a gender critical panel, and they were calling you all types of mans and how you're trying to make you out to be this terrible predator person, and you weren't saying anything, which I just thought was strange and odd, because if you're a woman, why are you letting these people sit up here and call you a man? So basically the question I was asking was like, what is the point of you, like, why do you And then also, someone was saying that you were saying, huh?
Let me address that first.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? The reason why I allow them to come at me like that, right? If I'm like being talked to by a GC or something like that, because technically I'm kind of like a GC, is because of the fact that it's a woman, it's a biological woman that's normally coming at me, and I'm not going to stand up there and disrespect them. And honestly, at the end of the day, let them. You know,
But they're disrespecting you.
let them.
I'm not letting that happen to me.
Listen, Kai, listen. Let them disrespect me, but let me control my emotions and how I handle the situation. Let me pick my battles, right?
Okay.
If that's a battle that I want to pick, I'll pick it. But I don't want to pick that battle, right? Because I don't, honestly, at the end of the day, are they feeding me? Are they fucking me? Or are they financing me?
I'm just saying, like, you're a woman, though. You're a pretty woman. I feel like you should not be.
That's where you and I see things differently, and that's okay, right? You can see it the way you want to see it, but that's not the way that I see it. I am not a woman. I am a transsexual, right?
Oh, well, that's you.
And that is objective, right? That's the objective reality. The subjective reality in day-to-day life, right? People don't see me like that.
Well, they see me like that. But I just also, also you be saying like you're like our trans elder or whatever. And is it true that you started like your transition 4 years ago?
No, I started when I was 8 years old because I had the diagnosis of gender identity disorder.
Okay, so sister, when they were coming after me, why didn't you back me up? If this happened when they were saying no, you didn't transition at age because your voice.
No. So I didn't start the physical assimilation process until I was 37.
Oh, okay.
So
you didn't medically.
DID is not the same thing as being. I don't understand.
No, it is because you don't have to be medically transitioned, baby. You know?
No, I'm talking about DID and gender dysphoria. He said that she has gender
identity. It's DID, not DID, right? Like gender identity.
Yeah, DID is when you have multiple personality disorder.
That's what I'm saying. That's not being transsexual.
No, GID, gender.
Oh.
Gender.
Yeah, so that was
my bad.
That was in the DMS4, right?
Mhm.
And the new version, the 5, right, is gender dysphoria.
Mhm.
And see, I'm educated, and I know the difference. And that's the thing is that I had the old diagnosis. Anybody that's assimilating at this point has GD.
So when did you start medically transitioning?
I just said it, 37.
I didn't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When did you start, ma'am?
So 37. I'm 41.
Okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because here's the deal. While I might not have had the experience of actually assimilating and looking that of a woman, right? I still had the experience of living as a trans person, right? My entire life, I've had the experience of living as a gay man my entire life, and still to today.
You said a gay man?
Gay. I don't say that word.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
My bad. I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah.
What? Well, other than that, I didn't have anything.
Yeah. So that's why, right? Because I fight for children's rights first, right? And then I go for women's rights, and then I go for trans rights.
Well, also, I would like to just say, like, I'm sorry they're doing that weird stuff to you, you know, your job and your children.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
But I feel like, did you talk to Naomi yet? Because I feel like that's what you really got, like, the name thing with. Who is he talking? Who is that?
That was Kitten.
Sounds like the radio. Oh.
That's people I'm talking to on Texas Semester.
Oh. Oh, I love that game. Okay.
They call me a cheater.
Yeah.
I'm like, just shut the fuck up. That's all on you.
All right. So, what else would you like to say? Is there
I didn't have anything else. Naomi was the main one gunning for your ass.
Who was? I'm sorry.
Naomi. Or not Naomi, fucking, what is her name?
Monica.
Monica. Yeah, sorry. I've been getting y'all mixed up. I don't know why.
Yeah. So let's do this. Let's move forward. Right. Like we'll move forward.
Okay.
If you don't talk about my sister when I'm around, right, and you just keep our mouths out of your mouth, and I'll keep your name.
Keep the names out of each other's
Right.
mouth.
That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry.
That's fine.
To be very honest.
Well, where's Monica?
Monica's off.
Scared.
No, she's not scared.
Scared doesn't want to
Have life.
People have life.
This is true. Well, I'm gonna go do my homework, you guys. Bye.
So we make that agreement, right, though, Kai?
Yeah, sure.
You say you keep Chloe's mouth and name out of your mouth, and I'll keep your name out of my mouth, and vice versa, and all the things, right?
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Bye, you guys.
Bye, Kai.
Okay. Kitten.
One time. Or, I really want to squash the beef with Ava, but I don't think I'm willing to let that happen. Me and Luciana said some nasty things to each other. So it's about accountability. And what I'm seeing from the girls so far is accountability, and I'm proud of y'all. So, bitch, I got something to say to you.
Go ahead.
Oh.
No, to
Forbidden.
Forbidden.
Hey, baby. Are we good? I feel like you're fake.
How so?
Well, you were on live and you didn't share the live with me. And then I came on the live and you didn't even say hi or nothing.
When? Oh my God, when?
You had all these people in the comments talking about, ew, Jamie's here.
Wait, what? When?
Girl, the last time you were live.
I mean, I was there.
The one that I was up for 5 minutes?
I don't know how long you were live. I just popped in and the comments were like, ew, Jamie's here.
Wait, I'm literally gagged.
Yeah,
wait.
It was the last time. It was the last time you were live, I'm pretty sure.
And you were reading the comments because I saw you were like.
It's the one that I left early, when I came up there to see if you were okay. And you were like, yeah, I'm okay. And you were doing your makeup.
You had your makeup on, yeah.
Oh, that was. I mean, I was like.
Tap the live, get the panel, get the host.
I'm trying to understand why I wouldn't have saw that. I really. Oh my God.
Well, I'm just asking, are we got our?
No, I'm really, I'm honestly, because, I have no qualms with you. I really, really, really don't. I feel like such a piece of shit. If you want to call me derogatory words, feel free to. I'm so sorry.
No, exactly how when I was live in my panel a couple minutes ago, I said I feel like she's a fake bitch, and I'm going to address her.
Absolutely, and you have every right to do so. I'm glad that you are.
So did you know, were you aware that they were talking about me in your comments?
Well, you see, I really didn't see it, but I know that you're not going to believe me, so it's I don't know what to do.
Well, no, I mean, as long as I'm hearing it from you, you didn't see it, that's fine.
I just feel really, oh my God, what?
Look,
I feel like crap. Oh my God.
Listen, Forbidden, right?
I'm sorry.
No, this is how it goes, right? I'm respecting this because if we have a problem, we're going to that person instead of, shit talking on a different panel. Right? So for me, I have created this space to have a conversation with these people, right? Because I feel like any beef that I have with them, I need to knock it off, and we need to just keep each other's names out of our mouth. And if we can come to a place where we can panel and be cordial and be, you know, some kind of, I don't know, acquaintance or friend or something, I don't know what you want to call it, we're going to do that here, right?
Absolutely. Thank you, Jamie, for talking. I'm really so sorry again. Oh my gosh. Ugh.
So I'm glad we were able to squash some beef. I'm going to drop down unless anybody wants to say anything else to me. No.
Thank you, Jamie, for the gift.
Thank you, Vontae. Thank you, Jamie.
Okay, bye.
All right, everybody have a good afternoon. I'll see y'all around.
Okay, girl.
Forbidden, Jamie will forgive you if you send me the highest gift right now.
No, it's fine.
No, forbidden.
No, I just, you know, we're addressing stuff, you know, and I just thought after me and you know, I came to you as a real woman, and I was like,
no, that's why I like completely respect you. I feel like such a stupid fucking bitch. Oh my god, I cannot believe I let that happen. I'm so sorry, my love. Oh my god.
oh, fine, girl.
No,
As
I
long
feel
as we
really
talked
bad.
about
Like,
it.
I respect you so much. Like, you've always been the realest to me, and it's like, oh my god. Like, if that happened to somebody
I
else,
don't know what you're talking about. Who's the realest with you?
No, say, my friend said that's a little bit, that should not be that, like, big of a deal, not say anything.
Robin?
That's not that big of a deal, not say.
It's not, but, you know, I did say it on my panel, and, you know, I did say we made up, and then that happened, so I need to figure out, like, are we good? Like,
Girl, that would. I think
if you were good, I would have.
There's a lot of people there was a lot of people I don't want by my side, but it would never be not you. Because girl, you're one of the really fun on here, Jamie.
well, thank you, Daniel. Well, we had a talk, girl, so we're good.
Okay.
Where's Kai? What happened to Kai? Where's Kai?
I left. They were done. Sir.
Oh, yeah, see, they addressed their stuff.
Yeah.
It didn't sound like it, but...
So, Kylie, do you have a problem? Do you have an issue with me or anybody in my family?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
He does.
Yes.
She does.
What do you got?
Yes, I do.
Throw it at me.
I have an issue with what happened on that panel that you were on with Martha, Envy, and all them. I just didn't like how you sat there and let them talk to you like that. And also with the trans elder stuff, you said you've been like transitioning on hormones for like 4 years, and you call yourself a trans elder, but you've only been presenting as a woman for 4 years. I just had a little issue with it. And then that live with Martha, it really just made me like, I'm just like, girl, what the fuck is she doing?
Well, here's what the fuck I'm doing, right? Let me tell ya. Right, let me tell you. I have certain views. You may not like my views, right? But they're mine, and I'm allowed to have them, just like you're allowed to have yours. And if you want to debate those views, that's fine. We can do that, right? But what I did on that panel was I was taking accountability for my part in anything that I have done to those people. And again, I will not go and attack a biological woman, a biological female in any manner, even if they're coming at me sideways, right? And the reason being is because I protect children and women first. Then I worry about the trans community, and then I worry about the alphabet mafia after. Yep. I'm not like all you other girls, right? Like, I am a trans medicalist, right? I am. I know what I am. I know that I am gatekeeping certain situations, right? Like, I don't think any person should be transitioning until the age of 25 or 26 or even 27.
Girl.
That's my opinion, and I'm allowed to have that opinion. It doesn't make it law, right? And just because I have that opinion doesn't mean that we can't compete and have a conversation and be cordial to one another.
Wait, I need to address somebody.
Who are you addressing?
My booty hole is very quivering right now. Like I can't see right now. All three of my holes are quivering.
Knock it off. That is not what this is for.
You can ask Jamie. Jamie. No, Jamie. Suck the hole. The foot through her hole.
That means that last box needs to be used for some testosterone. Get a man.
Hey, Forbidden. How are you doing?
We're all men up here. What are you talking about?
That's not it.
A man that has testosterone is running through his body.
That's kind of
Wait, who is?
I am an adult human female, so I don't know none of that trans mentally.
Naomi, stop looking cute for the camera. You know what you're doing. You eyeing the camera. I see you, girl. Stop it. Looking cute.
Like, it just put a bad taste in my mouth because it was like I felt like you were claiming this trans elder status of like this like parental guidance role over the internet while you're just letting these people dog on you in a TikTok live.
Because as an elder, you need to know when to pick your battles and when you need to just let them go. That's the age. That's the wisdom, right? Some battles are not worth fighting. Any parent will tell you that. As a parent, an actual parent, right? I'm an actual parent. I have a son. I'm not going to pick and fight every single battle between that child, right? Because of the fact that they're not worth it. You just need to pick the biggest ones and the ones that like really are going to affect them later in life and deal with those first. All the little other wobbly crap, that's just noise.
And the other thing, Kylie, is, you know, it's just like I just told her right now, I don't care if you're a Republican or if you voted for anybody. We're all sisters at the end of the day. So, you know, my views on young people transitioning. But, you know, that was when I first started off on TikTok. I was just like, no. But now that I've gotten to get to know you girls, especially younger girls, I'm hearing your story and I'm just like, okay, you know what? If your parents were on board with this and they supported you doing puberty blockers at a young age, girl, all power to you. Support it. But, I mean, we can't just hate somebody because they think that you should transition at 27.
I don't
you know.
know.
No, I know. Like, just dislike or whatever.
Just the way that Envy and Martha were just speaking to Naomi, it made you sound really, really, really bad. I don't know what kind of mother would let someone drag them, like, their name through the dirt. Like, they were borderline calling you, like, a freaky perv. Like, it's just stuck to the vibe that they were given. Like,
but see, that's what I'm saying, though, Kylie, is that those battles, right, those issues aren't worth it. And, yeah, we have history, like Muppet's saying down there. We have history, long history, right? I used to be on their panels fighting with them.
Yeah. I
still believe in a lot of Envy's views, right? And her, you know, her rhetoric. I do. I still do. And that won't change just because her and I fell out.
I think Envy would get a lot more traction if because, you know, she's invited me to her panel before, but the first thing that she wants to say is, women don't talk like that. And I'm like, okay, bitch, women don't look like you either, bitch. You look like a man. But it's just like...
I don't want that negativity coming.
Well, no, but it's just like, we're trying to have a casual conversation, and you keep on coming for my voice sounding like Elmo. Like, if that's how you get paid, girl, then let me run a live like that.
Here's the thing, like Envy, right? Envy in the beginning when I was on her panels and stuff, right? She didn't talk like that. She wasn't like that. She respected you, right? But everybody has come for Envy and disrespected Envy, right? And just like me, right? Like, everybody's has come for me. There comes to a point where you stop caring about their feelings and start just spitting facts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even I'm not saying the facts what she was saying to you was facts, right? That's not what I'm saying, right? I'm not. But that's her opinion and her belief. And at the end of the day, you just need to let them.
I had problems with MV at one point.
Y'all need to go read this book, right? The Let Them theory. It is so inspiring and so full of facts. It's by Mel Robbins. If you let them say what they want to say, let them do what they want to do, that's on them. But let me control how I handle the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Let me control how I respond. Let me control my own mind. Because at the end of the day, again, if you're not feeding me, financing, or fucking me, that's not what you think of me isn't as relevant. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that with you, Naomi,
Yeah.
Because, I had something set aside for you at one point, well, like 2 days ago, on Berkeley's channel. I called you like a wrestler, brick.
Oh, I heard. Look, you think I don't hear everything that y'all say. I pay attention. I'm watching.
But, Brookie, she just caught live about everybody, for real. Which is the problem with.
He's just a grifter trying to grift. And Brookie needs to stop because Brookie's sad and lonely and pathetic, honestly. And I'll say it right now because you come from my child, right? Or talk about my child in any shape and form. I'm not going to stop until you stop talking about my kid.
Wait, is she the one that said how are you racist with a biracial child?
Yes.
Oh, I think
a lot of the girls said that.
And I have been racist. I have. I'm not going to lie. I own my shit. I don't give a fuck, right? But let me tell you something. I'm only racist to those people that are racist to me.
But
what are you doing, Jamie?
I'm taking a little break, a V break.
Uh-huh.
Y'all, she's doing inappropriate things. Get her banned.
No. I like that she covered the camera. I appreciate that.
I'm getting tagged, so I'm in this live. It's so hard to, keep moving around.
So do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, I was racist. I said things.
But some of the girls you hang out with are, though.
And that's not my problem, right? Let them.
I know, but,
And
I think can we get Josephine in here? Can someone share this with Josephine?
But listen to
I really need Chloe UK. I really need to address her.
Listen to I'll let you know this, right? If you're talking about Chloe, right? Here's the thing with Chloe, and I've said this multiple times on any live that I've been. You come at Chloe in any form or fashion where it is negative or derogatory or shady, and you go low, she's going to go the lowest, and she's not going to stop until she does.
Mm-hmm.
And it is on you to recognize that and know who you're talking to, right? Love doesn't do anything unless she's provoked. So at the end of the day, you need to look at who's saying the things and realize that, did you say something to provoke her?
Well, no, I came on the live, I guess, at a bad time because she called Kai Ashy, and then I went up there and she called me a black woman.
I called Kai Ashy. I was told by Barbie to call anybody else, that when I have an urge to say something, just say that you're ashy or you have roaches in your house.
Somebody said I had ashy feet. Don't remember who.
I was
Remember?
talking to summer.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I was, and that's the thing. I said that. But if you come at me sideways, I'm going to say something back to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's why we're here. Is why we're trying to move forward and we're out to cohabitate.
Hi.
Hi, Josephine.
Hey, Josephine.
Hey, girl. So what? Mia told me that y'all were asking for me.
I think a lot of the girls had a problem with you, Josephine. Like me and you, we talked already, but if the girls want to speak out.
Well, speak up then.
And keep it cute. Everyone?
No, we don't have to keep it cute. Just speak up.
No, in my panel, Josephine, we do today. That's how I'm rolling. It's my court.
I'm not asking for anyone to be nice to me. Like, y'all just say whatever's nice. Well, girl, who are these girls that have an issue with me then? Because no one's saying anything.
Yeah, no, that's right. Well, I will just say it for you. It's just like Cass said, you panel you panel some people that are racist. And she said that's not my fault. But I think we have to recognize, because when Chloe, she's already gone, but, she was coming at me because I had Courtney on my live. And Barbie is the black woman, Zavia is the black woman. They were talking to Courtney. So it wasn't like I just had me and Courtney on my panel. There was black trans women who were trying to understand where did these racist antics come from. And she's talking about she's been racist anonymous, and she's just a whole buffoonery story.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, so without even Chloe, getting the full scope or talking to me about it, this bitch just, dragged me on a panel or tried to. And it's like, girl, you weren't even, you didn't even see the full story. So I think we have to, instead of saying, Naomi, that's not my problem, it kind of is, because I didn't drop Courtney. Me and her were never even friends. Me and her used to talk about how she looks like a man. I look like a man. I sound like Elmo. Bitch, come up. No one's ever seen you move your face on camera. You just have these selfies of looking like Britney Spears. I don't know who Courtney is. I don't know who she is at all.
Well, I know who Courtney is, and I don't care about Courtney. Courtney can go kick rocks, right? I don't like her. I would drag her in a heartbeat.
Really?
Oh, girl.
Who am I paneling though, Jamie? Because I've never gone to online.
No. I'm just saying you need to be here to listen to this, because you do follow a couple of the racist girls. I have seen you in live, and you just, it's up to you if you want to hear it or not. It's just not enough for me to hear that, well, that's not my problem. And it's like, well, no, we're all, trans here. We're all trans.
Hold on, one second. We are at 74 people in this room, and we're only at 10.7K. Comments are going to go if we don't get them up to 20K in the next 5 minutes.
Okay, so can you give me an example of these girls that I follow around that are racist?
I mean, sweetie, Cass, you were there. Kay, I don't know her name, Kay, but she started that. Remember Kay? I don't know.
Kay,
she's that.
the girl
She's that. Yeah, with the glasses.
Mm-hmm.
She went on her own panel after I ended mine. You went in there, and you were being racist with the other girls.
Who, me?
No, not you. I was talking to Josephine.
Oh, yeah.
And we already talked about that and everything. I'm just letting you know, Josephine, guilty by association. It doesn't look cute that you follow those people,
Correct. I mean, actually, before I say what I'm going to say, who is Kay? I'm trying to remember the specifics.
See, I don't know who the bitch is either. I barely met her that day, so I don't really know her like that, but I do remember she went live.
I understand guilty by association to a degree. You are going to be, put in boxes with people that you're around. So if they're problematic, you are in that problematic box. I totally understand where you're coming from. But I'm just like curious, like what, like here on my end, like y'all have an issue with, because like I'm